Oh, this is stinky. Ugh. Here's the first drawer. That's going to take a bit of work. But the main problem, the runners here are all shot. Again, there's more damage. There's a lot of work on these drawers.
Oh, this is a problem. This looks a lot darker.
I may have bitten off more than I can chew on this one. Although on first glance, it doesn't look too bad. It's really not. I mean, yeah, there's a few issues with the finish, but nothing that stripping it off, I don't think will, it'll fix any of those issues. And same with, there's missing veneer in corners. Here, all that's fixable. Kind of have some cool handles here. I like the look. I don't know what they've got. I don't know what the middle part is here. Until I clean it up, I won't know. But it almost mimics the wood. Maybe it is a piece of wood. I don't know. We'll see. But the veneer's in pretty good shape. But the main problem with this piece is, let me show you. Now here's the issue. The drawer hangs quite a bit, doesn't slide very nicely, and you have to lift it up and jiggle it to push it in. So it's not fitting. It gets worse. This one just dropped and it just hangs out like this. So that's not good. So let me take this right out. And of course, the last drawer is as bad, if not worse. So the fitting of the drawers is going to be quite a bit of work. By the looks of it, the runners here are all shot. From years and years of use, it's totally grooved out here. Again, there's more damage to the side here from the drawer scraping the side, and this piece here, just like the other side. But the first thing that I've got to do before I do anything is clean it, because it is really filthy dirty and I don't even feel like touching it until I clean out the drawers, vacuum it, and give it a rub down. Oh, it's a piece of glass. Ew. Oh, this is stinky. Ugh. Well, this is weird. There appears to be newspaper on the back, and the sticky, it's stuck to the sticky MacTac paper, and it's in a different language. It looks like it's in Spanish. Check this out. Here's the first drawer. That's going to take a bit of work. Drawer number 2 and some more sticky paper. And here is the third drawer. Just a bunch of junk, just like the other drawers. Oh, little hand. Ugh, the smell of this plastic is disgusting. This gives you a good idea why the drawers don't fit. You can see along this edge. This is the edge that runs along the runner, and see how curved it is. It's just worn the friction of the two pieces of wood touching over the years has just worn it down, and it is not straight. You can see how this edge is very straight because that's the top, and this is the bottom that slides. So we'll have to do something about that. Okay, I've got the top drawer all pulled apart. I took out the nails that had been nailed into the dovetails, which was a pain in the you-know-where. But I got them all out, and now it's just a matter of I'm going to clean everything back and front. I think I'll do that to all the drawers, and then I'll start to rebuild them where they need to be rebuilt. This shows you how worn the drawers are, the runners. Right down here, it's even. I've started to take apart the second drawer, and when I took it apart, this is the back edge of the side. All the pieces, as you can see here, came off. But I've got them all. So I'm going to just glue them up and clamp them, and that will fix that repair. There's a lot of work on these drawers. It's only just begun. Okay, it's the next morning and I'm clamping all the little glue jobs that I did. Yeah, they look good. That's as good as it's going to get. All the stickiness is gone, and I'll let it dry a little bit and then I'll sand it. It's the next day and I'm on to more patching and gluing. I'm just trying to get to the point where I can get everything patched up so I'm able to cut the edge of the side pieces and attach the new wood to build the drawers back up. But it's taking longer than I expected, as it always does. Yesterday I glued up the first drawer side. I'm trying to elongate the bottom. They should be around 4 3/4 inches in depth, and they were sitting around 4 1/2, maybe a little less than half. So I had to add some wood onto the bottom of it, and I found these drawer dividers that came out of another project that I didn't end up using, and they're just about the right width. So I glued them onto the bottom of the drawer. And what I'm going to do this morning is take the table saw and basically cut this to 4 4 3/4. So it'll be somewhere just around here, and then I'll have the proper depth of the drawer back. I've rinsed the oxalic acid off and wet it down and let it dry and sanded it all, and this is what it looks like. It actually looks better in real life. I'm looking through the camera at it, and it's looking really blotchy. I still have these two things to contend with, but right now I'm going to wipe it down with mineral spirits, see what it looks like, and I might try one more round of oxalic acid just to see if I can lighten that one up a little bit more. Now I've wiped it down with mineral spirits. That'll give me a good idea of what it's going to look like after I've got some oil on it, if I don't put any stain on it. The color is really beautiful. I like that. But this will point out some problems, which we know this is a problem. It looks a lot brighter in the video than in real life, and this looks a lot darker in real life. But they are problems, so I am going to give it another round of oxalic acid. I see a line here, so I'm going to try to sand that out. I've glued the new piece of wood to the bottom of the drawer and trimmed it down to the proper size on the table saw, and now I'm just cutting off the little bit of overhang. I'm going to re-glue these with hide glue. So in the future, if somebody has to take them out, they can. I've got the first drawer glued up. It was a bit of a chore, but it's glued, so on to the second drawer. This is the middle rung for the middle drawer, and it's completely destroyed. As you can see, it's all chewed up. They had attached a piece of wood to it, which I've already removed, but it was just nailed in with a couple nails, and it was all worn as well. So I'm going to take this out and replace it. But first I have to chisel out this nail. Here are the two pieces that I just took out of the dresser. As you can see, they have little tenons here. So that's why I wanted to keep them so I wouldn't have to recreate that. So this goes on the side, like fits in. Imagine this is the inside of the dresser. This is how it fits in. So I'm going to have to glue a piece of wood this way. So this will be where the drawer slides on. So I'm going to have to cut some wood to go all along here, glue it on, add a couple nails, and it should be good. This is some tape that I'm going to use. It's called Advanced Polymer Tape. I got it off of Amazon, and it was recommended after watching a YouTube video on the channel Fixing Furniture. Gentleman by the name of Scott. It's a really good channel with lots of good information on it. And he uses this tape for really old wooden drawers, the drawer sliding. And you just peel back the protective piece, and here, I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do with it. I've cut these little blocks so that the drawers don't push in too far. It used to have the little metal pieces here, but they were scraping the underneath of the drawer. So I've replaced them with blocks, and it works fine for the upper two drawers, but this drawer, there's a problem because let me just show you, I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it. So the problem is that the bottom of this drawer is bowed, and it bows out. So the blocks, just like the metal pieces made a groove in the bottom of the drawer, the little blocks are rubbing, so the drawer doesn't go in and out very smoothly. So I think my only option is I have to replace the whole bottom of the drawer. Gonna add a little bit of glue in here and close up the gap. I've closed it up quite a bit actually just by putting the clamp on it, but I think it could use a bit of glue and just make it a bit sturdier. The outcome on the top isn't ideal. The oxalic acid lightened the dark spot, but it also lightened the light spot. I give it 3 rounds of the acid and numerous sandings, and this is as good as it gets. I will apply 2 coats of stain in the color nutmeg in hopes that it will darken the top without totally hiding the beautiful grain, and I will just have to wait and see what happens. Now here is the ring that I tried to camouflage by putting some extra stain on the dresser, and as you can see it's not perfectly camouflaged. So I'm going to try to use some markers here, some Mohawk brush tip markers, and see if I can't just give it a little bit of help. If not, it's just going to be what it is. One might be a little bit too dark. It's darker over here. Actually, when it's rubbed, that's not a bad color. This is honey spice. It goes on way too dark, as you can see here. But when it's rubbed out, it gives it a bit of a tone. Drop me a comment. I'm curious, would you have reveneered the top so it would look almost brand new? Or are you okay with the imperfections as long as the piece has been cleaned up and resealed? I personally like the marks that give it a bit of history, but I know that's not for everyone. I had my doubts about this one at the beginning, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. The drawers are sliding in and out easily, the finish is no longer failing, and it's been rejuvenated, and I'm sure it will be snapped up quickly. And most importantly, John Robert Viola's little chest of drawers will live another good long life. Enjoy the reveal, and I'll catch you next time.